Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna tell y'all something God told me. He didn't tell me to tell y'all. I'm just telling y'all because I feel like I should tell y'all because it might help somebody. But I'm driving to work and God told me. He said, Nora, walk out on the water. And I always want to tell y'all something, but I'm like, okay, God, are you telling me to tell them that? He said, no, I'm talking to you, Nora. And then he said it again, walk out on water. So, of course, I heard him, but I really didn't pay him much attention. And after I started thinking about it, I couldn't help but to think how every time God gives me a gift, every time He places something in my hand that's so right and ready to do, I always want to pull somebody with me. I always want to grab the hand of somebody next to me. And I want them to come with me. Like if we do it together, then we won't fail. But God said, I didn't tell you that, Nora, because when you see that nobody wants to go with you, you automatically think, okay, you're in this by yourself. You are in it by yourself because God told you to walk out on water. He didn't say get somebody and walk out on water. He didn't give you the gift to share it with somebody that somebody else had to bring it to pass. If He wanted them to walk out on the water, He would have told them to walk out on water. So don't get mad when people do stuff or if they don't join you in your effort to do something because God gave you the gift. God told you to walk out on water. So I'm like, well, God, it'd be so much easier. I'm so used to in life being able to follow what I call the brick road because I'm not going to step unless there's a brick there. I'm not going to step unless I see my way. How am I going to do this? How am I going to make this work? God say walk out on water. When you walk out on water, you don't see a step. You don't see foundation. You don't see where it's going to work out for you. But if God said it, you're going to do something that's impossible. You're going to do something what your mind feels like only God can do. But if you don't have enough faith to do it, then you're going to keep following that brick road that might not lead you to nowhere. And don't get in this fantasy world with the Wizard of Oz and all that kind of stuff. I want you to remember God is a way maker. He does all things. So if He tells you to walk out on water and nobody walks with you, it's because He did not tell nobody to walk with you. He told you to walk by yourself. Have faith enough. I was listening to Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey said he never had a plan B. Never had a plan B. So I couldn't understand why you wouldn't have a plan B. And then I couldn't help but think about the scripture when they said a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can't think of two things at one time. You got to do what God tells you to do, when He tells you to do, how He tells you to do it. Yeah, He didn't tell me to tell y'all this. He was talking to me. He said, Nora, you got to step out. You got to believe the promise. You got to believe what I told you. You got to do what I told you to do. I didn't tell you to grab the hand of your sister. I didn't tell you to grab your child. I didn't tell you that them people at your job was going to be what made you rich. I told you to walk out on the water and do not be afraid. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I had to come out here. Now I'm going back to work.